Semantic elements are elements that have a specific meaning. In programming, semantics refers to the meaning of a piece of code. For example, instead of focusing on how an HTML element looks, semantic elements focus on the rule or meaning they have. These types of elements clearly describe their meaning to both the browser and the developer. For instance, in HTML, the h1 element is a semantic element that represents a top-level heading on a page. By default, most browsers will make the h1 element look like a heading by using a large font size in their default styles. However, we can make any element appear like a top-level heading by applying certain styles to it. For example, if we add styles like a large font size and margin to a span element, it can be made to look like a top heading. But this span has no semantic meaning, so it won't provide extra benefits. That's why it's a good practice to choose the right HTML element for the job. In this lecture, we'll cover semantic elements and discuss their benefits. We'll also update our page using some semantic elements. Hello guys, welcome again. Semantic HTML elements clearly state their meaning in a way that humans and machines can both understand. For example, let's compare two structures. On the left, sections are divided using div, a non-semantic element. On the right, sections are divided using semantic elements like header, nav, main, and footer. These semantic elements act similar to div by grouping other elements into regions. But unlike div, the purpose of elements like header is immediately clear. It contains header information. As you can see, semantic elements make code more readable and understandable. Okay, using semantic HTML elements has three main benefits. First, code is easier to read when using semantic elements. As a programmer, we may need to read through hundreds of lines of code. Elements like header and nav make the purpose clear at a glance. Second, semantics improves accessibility. It helps machines like screen readers understand our web pages better. When pages use clear semantic elements, screen readers can properly convey the meaning and context to users with visual disabilities. This helps create a good experience for all users. Also, semantic elements allow search engines to better understand page content. This helps people more easily find and access the information on our websites. Third, semantic elements lead to more consistent code. When making a header without semantic tags, people may code it differently. But header is clear for all. Everyone knows it means a top section. Using set standards instead of what each person likes makes cooperations easier. Semantic tags help code stay the same, no matter who works on it. This consistency helps large teams and future programmers too. Alright, in the previous lecture we divided our web page into sections using div tags. Div is a non-semantic element, meaning it doesn't provide any information about what type of content it contains. Now, let's replace the div tags with more appropriate semantic elements. When choosing a tag, ask yourself, what element best describes the data in this section? For example, for the top part of our page containing the heading, header tag is the best fit. The header tag has the same meaning as the banner inside. It defines the global header at the top. On this page, our top heading will go in the header section, so header is the right choice here instead of div. Now let's replace div with the header tag. As you can see, replacing div with the more specific header tag makes our HTML more accurate and meaningful. The header tag, like div, is a block element, and as we said, blocks take up the full width of their container. Okay, let's inspect the header tag in the browser. As you can see, the browser automatically styles it as display block just like a div. Okay, let's keep going. This next section contains the site navigation links. The nav element is the best semantic choice here. Let's replace the div with nav. The nav tag identifies this area as the navigation region. If we inspect the nav tag in the browser, we can see it also gets styled as display block by default, just like div. Let's move on to the next section. This part holds the main content for our page. To indicate this part, we can use the main tag. The main tag identifies this as the primary content. Go ahead and replace the div with main. The main element should contain unique content for each page. It shouldn't contain any content that is repeated across multiple pages. For example, in most cases, the header, navigation, and footer sections remain the same across all pages. The only part that changes is the main content. This means that we can use the same header, navigation, and footer sections for all pages, but the main content will be different on each page. Okay. Remember, there should only be one main element in a page, and it should not be used inside an article, a site, footer, header, or nav element. Now let's inspect and check its CSS properties. As you can see, similar to the div element, the main element also has the display block property. Okay, the last part of the page is the footer. As the name suggests, the best choice for this section is the footer tag. This tag defines the footer area, and it commonly holds copyright, contact details, and related information. Go ahead and swap the div for footer. If we check the footer tag properties, like the others, it gets the default display block styling. Alright, note that semantic elements give meaning and context to content. They clearly define what each part of the page is, like header and footer. This helps both people and devices understand the structure. On the other hand, non-semantic elements just group things without extra context. Div and span are common examples. They focus more on appearance than purpose. It's best to use semantic tags where you can. They make your pages easier to read, navigate, and maintain. But sometimes, non-semantic elements work better for custom styles without a specific meaning. The key is choosing whatever makes the most sense for each section of your site. Remember, clear structure helps everyone. Okay, done. See you soon.